Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Kingdoms Project. Current location: the Kingdom of Crenel, London City. I started this world about 2 years ago with the goal of it being a forever world, and I've toyed with the idea of having a forever world for a long time prior to it actually gathering traction on YouTube, which is why I finally decided to make this video. And 2 years later, here we are. Some may say, well, you're not starting over, so is it really a forever world? Well, better late than never. Yes, there's a lot of content and buildings that you guys are seeing now, and you don't get to see that process. That's kind of what it is. But don't think of this as starting in the middle. Think of it as skipping the prologue. Yeah, you don't get to see the early game. You don't get to see me defeating the Ender Dragon, things along those lines. And yeah, that's kind of the joys. But I mean, I watch these kinds of videos more about the building than I am about defeating the Ender Dragon. I can watch anybody go and defeat the Ender Dragon, but I want to watch something develop over a long period of time. Like, for example, when I watch B-dubs, I don't watch him. Nope, nobody really watches B-dubs to see him fight the Ender Dragon. Hilarious though it is, everybody watches building with B-double-O because they want to see building with B-double-O, not B-double-O fights the Ender Dragon. And that's kind of what this is. It's kind of the direction I want this to go in. And building cool things, having that backstory, that lore behind cities and kingdoms and etc. That's what I want to have. And I would like to have it for as long as possible, whatever that looks like. And there's, even in London, where we're walking now, there's, as you can see, there's empty spaces. And there's parts of London City specifically, that are not finished yet. This entrance right here, past this bridge, completely empty. And as we move forward through the rest of this video, there's two other cities and two other kingdoms that I'm going to show and mention. And one of them isn't even started. I mean, it kind of is. But I mean, it's just an empty island, essentially. And the other one, I've sort of started, but it's not really well planned out. And there's other side projects that I haven't even gotten to yet. Like, for example, there's some smaller cities that I want to get to, some towns, villages, things along that nature, to really round out the kingdom aspect. And what I'm defining as a kingdom is at least one major city and 3 towns and probably a handful of villages, just so they all can kind of blend and mingle together. And there's some like one-off projects that contribute to it, can contribute to the overall atmosphere of the kingdom itself. And now we enter into the kingdom of the Sindarin Empire. Excuse me. And specifically Hafrafell City. And this is kind of the Nordic style, Skyrim-esque sort of thing going on here. I just really wanted to... I started out just kind of building a wall with a couple of buildings, as you can see here. But I really wanted to further this along and make that sort of Skyrim, sort of Nordic style vibe. And it was starting to come along, and then I needed a break. Every once in a while we all need breaks, am I right? And what I've built here is more like a template, and there's some parts of this that I'm going to end up ripping out later on and redesigning quite a bit. And it's going to look great. And as you can see up on the hill, which we'll get to here in a second, there's a keep, castle kind of thing. I haven't really defined what it is. I kind of have an idea in my head still. And actually, this is the kingdom we're going to be moving on to next, is the Sindarin Empire, and specifically Haverfell City, because it's just empty. And I want to build there instead of, you know, the steampunky sort of vibe that London is. I want to get into Nordic and try and do something a little more and build with different materials and try a different style. And the idea I have in my head for this, how this is going to look, it's going to look amazing. I really can't wait to get started on this one. And now we move on to at least the last kingdom for now, the Arion Empire. And specifically, this is Port Ember. Kind of a medieval style, like medieval meets Renaissance sort of kind of thing going on. Like I would like to have a good portion of this old town, I guess you could call it that, built in like, you know, that medieval Gothic sort of like 1500s sort of vibe. And then have it kind of blend into have it kind of a mix between Renaissance Italy, think like Venice, I suppose, and have those two blend well together. And there may be a little sprinkling, like having an embassy for London in here, have an embassy for Haverfell in here, as those are the capital cities for the kingdoms that they represent. Well, I do realize that was a lot of information to throw all at once, but this is more of a introductory video, hence episode 0. Episode 1 will be a little more mellow, a little more evenly paced rather than this one, and maybe better too. I certainly hope, and as we go on here, the sound quality will get better, my microphone as well will improve, and yeah. I'd like to welcome you to episode 0 of the Kingdoms Project. And as the rain starts to fall, I want to thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video and you want to see more, we're just getting started, so feel free to subscribe, hit that like button, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care.